Congressman Green, we will start with you, and you are now recognized for 5 minutes for your testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the ranking member as well, the full committee chair, and the full committee ranking member. And I am somewhat moved, to be quite candid with you, by the comments about the Hickerson family. So I have to digress. It would be unlike me to let this go by and not say something. It pulls at my heart to know that a family is not in a position to receive something that has been earned. And I just don't know how to express my feelings about that other than to say, you didn't ask me, but that's something that I would support, this piece of legislation. All of the legislation that I've heard spoken of appears to be legislation that would greatly benefit our veterans. I'm just pleased that I came to hear what I've heard so far. So thank you for this. I'd like to start with a brief vignette that will give some indication as to why I feel the way I do about our veterans. I was in another state and lost, looking for a given venue. When I couldn't find it, I happened to look over my right shoulder. There was a VA facility there, and there was a sign that read, "Come in and see the price of freedom." Come in and see the price of freedom. And you and I know that the price of freedom is more than gold and silver. It can be an arm, a leg, or possibly someone not returning home at all. This is why we are concerned, and this is why we call to the attention of this august body, H.R. 3876, that deals with burials with dignity. We want every person who serves our country honorably to have a dignified memorial service. My hope is, after having talked to the representative from the VFW who is here today, that he and I and others will be able to work out some language that will be acceptable for this committee to review. Hence, I will not go into a long dissertation about the intricacies of the bill. I will simply say that it provides homeless veterans, those who may die with no money, or they may have no relatives to be of assistance to them, to make sure that they get a decent burial. Other legislation has addressed this. This is not to say that our country is not doing a good job. It is only to say that we believe that we have more to add so that transportation will be made available to these veterans. And there may be some other things that we're going to work out with the VFW and other friends. So I want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to be heard today. I will not consume more of your time than is necessary, but I do believe that given what I've heard and how I feel, I want to use just a little bit of my time to ask for a moment of silence for those families who are still having to endure wars, endure pain and suffering because their loved ones didn't return to them the way they left. This is my request, and I would simply lower my head for a moment of silence. Amen, and thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Green, and I can tell you, being in my 4 years on this committee and talking, working with the VFW through committee staff, we usually come to very sensible and get a lot of things done around here, believe it or not, in this committee. So appreciate your willingness to chat with them, and look forward to working with you to get what we can get done. Thank you.